At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Rebecca Moore. Rebecca is from Roosevelt, California. She is receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in History and Classical Language and Literature, and is graduating from the Department of History. Rebecca completed these with a thesis about the role of women in ancient Greece, where she presented her research at the year's undergraduate research conference. Rebecca is a member of the Phi Alpha Theta and Honor Society for History, Order of Omega, an honor society for leaders within the Greek community, and the Kappa Alpha Theta Women's Fraternity, where she was served as scholarship director and the president. Next year, she will take Greek and the Latin courses through a post-baccalaureate program at UC Davis, while working at the facility as a facility director of the Kappa Alpha Theta House. She plans to continue on to master's program in classic philosophy and a PhD in classics. Welcome, Rebecca.
Welcome, Chancellor Katehi, deans, administrators, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2013. So, what are you doing after graduation? If you're anything like me, you're panicking a bit just hearing that question. If you're anything like me, you wish you could stay in school just a little bit longer. If you're anything like me, you want to curl up in a ball and cry when you think about the real world. Well, sad to say, our fears may be warranted. We're facing an impossible job market, and a lot of us already have burdens of debt. But alas, we have to be grown-ups soon. We have to get jobs that may or may not satisfy us in fields that may or may not use that $50,000 degree we just got. Yes, it's scary, but what do we do with that fear? We can keep worrying. We can pretend that we're not poor and blow our paychecks on a new adult wardrobe or a flashy car, or even sink it into our first apartment in the city. We can deny all of the lessons that we've learned about ourselves, that we actually hate math or English or school in general, that we just want to travel, that we love to procrastinate, that we're really intense when we actually care about something. Yes, we could deny all of that. Or we could take those beautiful, intangible, nuanced parts of ourselves that we've discovered and be brilliant. Think back to the day you graduated from high school. Who were you? Who did you want to be? And who are you now? The next stage of our lives requires us to think long and hard about questions like these, and most importantly, the one I started with. What are you doing after college? If you don't know, just make something up. Make a plan, however detailed, silly, ridiculous you want, and then scrap it if you're unhappy. Keep doing that until you get it right, because you will, someday. For now, here's some practical advice. Eat your veggies. You know, your mom said that you would grow up big and strong if you ate your spinach. Well, it turns out she wasn't lying. Find a form of physical activity that you don't hate and do it consistently, because you'll be really grateful when you can still run around with your grandchildren. Start saving. You'll always need money, but you might not always have an income. Saving for retirement, yes, it seems silly now, but so does living on ramen when you're 80. Plan for the worst, but hope for the best. You'll rarely be disappointed because you don't have unrealistic expectations, but more often than not, you'll be pleasantly surprised with the outcome. But seriously, and most importantly, just keep learning. Your mind is young and receptive, and if nothing else, a university education should have taught you to learn. Learn from everyone and anyone who'll give you the time of day, and even those who won't. Your grandparents know where you'll be in 50 years, and they want to save you some trouble. And even 3-year-olds have an invaluable perspective that you'd be wise to adopt, because the world is a lot easier to accept when you're curious and open. Finally, this is a day of celebration and not of dread, and we can't allow our fear to cripple us before we accomplish anything worthwhile. Class of 2013, we are as young and as beautiful as we'll ever be, so let's enjoy it. Congratulations.